So first question. So we'll start light. Last
Okay.
time that we spoke, you said that you were dropping a mixtape. Where's that mixtape, bro? It's been 2 years.
That's a fantastic question. Last time we spoke, which was about 2.5 years ago,
Yep.
I was working at Mattel, living in California. Since then, I got laid off. My wife got pregnant. The house we were living in, my landlord gave to his son as a wedding present, and we ended up moving to Georgia. So now we're in Georgia. I have a full studio set up and have been recording. So I've got a lot more tracks, and the mixtape will be coming sooner than later. But you got me. You got me, man.
Because I've been waiting for it, man. And
Life
I
happened,
see you
man.
always life definitely sounds like life definitely happened. Because I see you on the gram all the time, like you're always submitting some fire. So like, man, wait a minute, I gotta ask Dan about this damn mixtape you talked about
Yeah.
2.5 years ago.
I know it's taken too long. Taken too long, but
It's
more
been
more life as it happened, so I have more to rap about.
right,
Bef- before then it was, corporate. I work in a corporation. I drive in traffic all day. Now life has
like a
happened.
boss.
Yeah.
Um, so also touching on rap for a second. Since we spoke last, I feel like your boy Logic blew up,
Mhm.
and I would argue kind of fell off. Do you think he fell off by putting out too many projects back to back to back with a discreet, in my opinion, a decreasing scale of quality?
That's an interesting question. As a fan of his, I like his older stuff better, but that's like it's such a cliche thing. Like even rappers talk about it. I like your old stuff, then buy my old shit. Like even
Right,
Jay-Z talks
right.
about that, right? Um, I know for him, life has happened. He just had a baby. He started his record label. He's taken care of a lot of people. It was weird though because pre 1-800, his
Mhm.
stuff had a vibe to it, which was very boom bap and old school.
Yep.
Post 1-800, uh, it's like I, th- there's a thing my friends and I used to say when we talked about the Matrix, right? Watching someone become Neo is more interesting than watching someone be Neo. And I think
Right.
after 1-800, Logic was Neo. And up
Hmm.
until then, he was becoming Neo. And I think in a nutshell, I think that's what happened.
That's actually a great analogy, and I totally agree. And I feel like the pressure kind of got to him, and he does what I call the Eminem and Jordan Lucas curse. It's too rapidy rap.
Oh, bibbity bobbity ribbity bobbity, nobody stopping me, bobbity bobbity. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And I feel like he definitely he suffers from that now. Hopefully he can come back and just kind of slow up because he put like I think like 3 out in 1 year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, it was too many. It was too many, and yeah, that the machine gun flow. I think it works. The thing I like is there was a song that he had. Was it Fade Away? Where he goes, tell me who wanna live with a life like this.
yes,
Prominently
yep.
quite like this. It's like he had a flow and then he bit it and then came back out of it. And I
Yep,
like
yep,
that
yep.
because it's flourish, right? But
Hmm.
like if you look at like Eminem, like that Godzilla challenge where it's just but it's like I can't track with you, man. Like I
Right.
like my favorite rapper is Rakim, right? Like hands
Mm,
down, Rakim, and it makes me sound like an old man, but Rakim is like the best to me. The thing I like about him is he's clear.
yes.
He's painting a picture. If he was going that fast, you would go, whoa, what? Like great technical skill. Rhyme scheme is nice because it's bouncing in and out and all of that.
Yes.
But there's a rock group called Dream Theater, Japan, and they've been around for a long time, right? And Dream Theater, or if you want to take an American rock group like Rush, they are called prog rock, and
Yes.
they're technically they're awesome, and they're like mathematically right on the grid, but at a certain point it becomes mechanical, and it
Mm-hmm.
lacks anything of interest. You know, I like things, even when it comes to comic books, right? Like if someone is super clean, I don't like their stuff as much as when they're super detailed. Like if you take someone like
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Platt, for example,
Right.
I like Stephen Platt's older work because there was a bit of crunch and organicness to it, where his later stuff like Soul Saga, while it may have been quote unquote better drawn, it was sort of machined and less interesting.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I definitely agree. Um, yeah. So, what new rap are you fucking with right now?
Uh, that's tough, man, because it's not a lot of really good new stuff, and I know that sounds
That's a
bad
fact.
again. Like
I mean, it's
I
a
go, oh,
fact.
yeah, it's I don't know. Like obviously, I like when Drake does a good joint.
Mhm.
That's like, man, it's hard to admit that, but I Uzi Vert, I gave him a listen. Some of it's interesting. What
Mhm.
was yeah, what's his name? Baby. Um,
The baby. Well, there's the
Da
baby.
Baby.
There's the baby.
Da
There's
Baby.
baby.
Da Baby. Yeah, no, there's so that's why I'm like, which one is Da Baby?
Yeah.
I'll always give Kendrick a listen.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, I have several playlists that I follow on Tidal, Spotify, and Apple. Like I try to get a good swatch of things. I'll listen to like Rap Caviar or like
Yeah.
the Nation Top 100. There's a lot of sameness. There's I'm not a big fan of the lyrical content. Like I like I said before, the reason I like guys like Rakim and other guys is their storytelling, right? Even with Kendrick's stuff, he's not flossing, he's storytelling. He has a point, you know. Uh, I like Drake because his flows are weird, like they're
Yeah.
just weird and like they're unexpected. He's almost like the Todd McFarlane of rap, you know?
That's interesting.
It's like this sort of like you're bouncing and then you're like, what was that? Oh, he went down instead of up. Oh shit. Okay, trippy. Like that when I listen to Drake, I find new stuff, but man, nothing's hit. There hasn't been anything where I'm like, oh my god, I got to give this another listen. Even Eminem's like Music to Murder by or whatever it was called.
Yeah, man.
I gave it two solid rotations and was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know. So not a lot of new stuff, a lot of old stuff still.
Hmm. Yeah. I host a rap music podcast on the same network that this show is on,
Yeah.
and my co-host on that show, he still loves Eminem, and a lot of my friends still love Eminem, but Eminem is probably in 2020 my least favorite rapper because he's become a parody of himself at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I can't do it.
it's tough, and this is a place that I feel like this is why lyrical content matters, right? Like if
Hmm.
I always try to compare like comic artists and music, right? So
Hmm.
the thing about Eminem that was interesting in the beginning was he had this sort of cadence to the way he would release singles. He would put out
Yeah.
something silly, then he put out something dark, and then he put out something silly and something dark. But each time he did, he was touching on new topics, right?
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
People are there's will the real me stand up, then there's the Stan idea, and the guilty conscience, and like all that early stuff was topical and different. Then he changed his flow up in was it Curtain Call? My brain, like,
I
I bet.
I think right after Curtain Call, like when he, because I think you're talking about when he started having all those fucking accents and shit, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that was after Curtain Call because Curtain Call was the greatest hits album, I believe, and then he came out with like Recovery, Relapse, and all
That's
that
where it
trash.
stopped. That's where it stopped. That's
Agreed.
where it stopped.
Agreed.
And I don't know, and I hate to say this, but I don't know if him getting clean is where he went whack. Because you hear shit like Lose Your. He said in an interview he didn't remember recording Lose Yourself. Like he said he did that in a night, and I'm like, yo, dude, the arms heavy, palms sweaty, vomit on a sweater already, mom spaghetti. That's some genius ass rhyme scheme, and he kept it going. And then you find out he was on pills when he did it, and you're like, what? I don't ever want to go back on the pills because, like, obviously you don't want that. But I think when you have that much breadth of content so early on, you can either upgrade your content, upgrade your technique. But what happens if you don't do both and you just upgrade your technique? You start getting that machine gun flow. You start getting the self-parody. I'm just a better, faster version of the old me. That's not a place to go, man. You have to constantly reinvent yourself. That's what those, like, what I call it, the Disney turnaround, right? Like you get a girl that's squeaky clean. She puts out 2 albums of being squeaky clean. Then she gets dirty, right? Like even Christina Aguilera got dirty, and like she called it dirty. But you look at Miley Cyrus, you look at Britney Spears, you look at all the girls, even Ariana Grande, the newer girls. Mm-hmm. We're clean, we're dirty, we're provocateurs, we're now fashionistas. Like they're constantly changing what they are. Eminem, he's got nowhere to go unless he says, listen, I need to make something with topical content, but I don't know. He can't. It's that Stephen Platt thing, man. It's like he lost the crunch. And it became a more refined, more efficient, better, quote unquote, version of himself. But that better there's no more funk. Mm-hmm. There's no more soul. And the soul and funk has edges and imperfections, and those are all gone.
Yeah. I think the M is a perfect example of what happens when, as an artist, sometimes you don't sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up after you say what you had to say.
Right.
Because now some artists, like say like a Jay-Z, he can probably put out albums into his 70s and they'll still be poignant and relevant. But Eminem, I think he just had a little pocket of time that he was hot, and now he keeps trying to recapture that, and then he gets mad when people don't like his shit, so he make a whole album addressing why people don't like his shit, when he's better served by sitting the fuck down. Just enjoy his money.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like, there's being cool and there's trying to be cool, right? Like.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. Jay-Z, I have a feeling that if he reached into his pocket, there would be no fucks found. You know what I
mean? Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, I wish there was somebody new out there. Like, I wish, and it's hard. And like, I had 2 people send me this track in the last day. Like different people that don't even know each other, right? And I thought it was nice, but it's all old schoolers, right? It's a R.A. the Rugged Man, Dragonfire featuring Ghostface, Master Killer, Cool G Rap, and Extreme, right? That's boom bap, and I love boom bap. But this is the thing I wonder about boom bap, because I have this saying: you can't read the label when you're in the jar, right? Mm-hmm. And I love boom bap so much, but then I wonder, am I like that old dude at the barbecue that says like, man, Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, man, that's real rock and roll. What's this garbage? Like, have I turned into that person?
Right.
I
mean, see, the thing is, I think that I make a conscious effort to never be that guy to where I say, oh, this is real rap, this is real comedy. Because if you're putting out music and if you want to call it rap, then it's rap. I think that's up for the person who makes the art to decide what it is. So I'm not gonna say this is real rap, this is fake rap, this is all rap. But is there things that I prefer? Yes. Like, I'm personally not like a boom bap fan, a boom bap rap fan. I was more of a fan of like, say, like the Southern rap of the 90s, like some good old 8 Ball and MJG, 3 6 Mafia, UGK. That's kind of like where I was coming from with it. But I know that things evolve, and like those groups aren't as popular as they were back then. But I still like it. And I try to have an open ear for like newer shit too.
You missed the best name of all the South, man.
Who's that?
Scarface.
I personally, Scarface is nothing for me.
Really? Oh my God, man.
He doesn't do a damn thing for me.
He paints a picture. Him. He paints a picture, man. But I know what you're saying. There's a. It's almost like you could say Southern rap, but it almost needs to be Southeast. You know, that Louisiana, Tennessee, that because Texas had like all that screw rap and all that other stuff. But man, I love Scarface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people love Scarface, and I definitely give him his props. But to me personally, besides the Ghetto Boys, like Mind Playing Tricks on Me song, that's one of the best rap songs of all time.
Dude, they need to make a movie of that song, like just expand it out and make it a movie.
And then like if I remember, that song barely even has a hook. I think the hook is just my mind's playing tricks on me, something like that, right? But you like there's actually a hook up.
There's lines in there, robbing little kids for bags, like just oh damn homie, my mind's playing trick. I mean there's. Yeah, I mean, that's the hook. That's the hook right there. That's the hook.
Innovative, man. That was some shit.